Lamar Smith, the Republican from Texas, has been sitting in his seat for several decades now, doing just fine, thank you very much. And then he authors this Stop Online Piracy Act. By the way, the international version of this, ACTA, there literally were riots in the streets in Europe over the weekend about six more nations have to sign it, and we get an international version of it. 6 more nations. And so people in Europe are saying, no, we stopped it here. But Lamar Smith was pushing this thing pretty aggressively, and apparently one of the authors of it, and which brought him into the, shall we say, crosshairs of former Sheriff Richard Mack, who is now running for Congress against Congressman Smith in the 21st District of Texas. Sheriff Mack, a member of the Oath Keepers, his website, sheriffmack.com, his book, The Magic of Gun Control. The Magic? Richard Mack, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Tom. I sure appreciate being with you.
Thanks for joining us. The Stop Online Piracy Act, this whole idea of shutting down the internet, and I see you're having a battle right now. I'm looking at your website with PayPal and whatnot. This idea of government controlling the internet beyond, the basic. We want government to offer us basic protections, right? We want like a military to keep our borders safe, and it seems like on the internet you would want some sort of structure saying, okay, we're not going to let one company take over the internet any more than we're going to let one person or one nation. But
right.
but SOPA was such an overreach, and I'm speaking from the left. Your thoughts from the right?
Well, I don't know if it's left or right, but I know having the federal government take over is wrong. And Congressman Smith has continuously supported Big Brother government in Washington, D.C., and that's all this is. This is more Big Brother government looking over our shoulder. And, of course, it's Congressman Smith going against the businesses that need his protection in Washington, D.C., and instead he's attacking them. Rackspace is a huge Internet company in San Antonio, and I went there and toured the facility, and all of their CEOs there and vice presidents have been speaking out against this, and this is Congressman Smith siding with big donors from Hollywood and special interests from Hollywood instead of taking care of the people that are in his own district.
Yeah, well, I would submit to you it's not even Hollywood because Sony, for example, owns most of the properties that are so many. If you go to economyandcrisis.org or .com, I forget which it is, they have a list, and something like 80-90% of all of our motion picture industry now is actually owned by foreign corporations. So,
well, that's sad but true. But so is our own government because we continue.
Yep.
Another thing that Congressman Smith is in favor of, and that is continue to borrow money from Red China so that we can pay out more foreign aid to countries who don't even support us at the UN. And I've never heard of anything more asinine in my life. We literally are borrowing money from Red China so that we can pay other countries like Egypt and Greece and El Salvador and other third world countries who vote against us 70% of the time in the UN. We don't have the money, and that's one thing that Congressman Smith does not get. He continues to side with the liberals in increasing the debt limit. He sides with Barack Obama in the NDAA. He sides with him in increasing the debt ceiling. And this is how stupid this government is. This is, if we don't spend more money that we don't have to pay off other debt that we didn't have the money to spend on that one, then our credit rating will go down.
Yeah.
I've never heard of anything more asinine in my life.
Well, our credit rating has gone down, and it hasn't affected our ability to sell T-bills, and I'm no defender of government debt. I was horrified when Ronald Reagan, in 8 years, ran up more debt than every president from George Washington to Jimmy Carter combined. I was horrified.
Now we have a president that has done it with the complicity of Congress. Congress holds the purse strings. Let's be real here. Congress holds the purse strings.
And the House of Representatives is controlled by Lamar Smith and his Republican buddies right now.
Exactly.
So I think that one of the things that Sheriff Mack, Richard Mack, maybe we can agree on is that, I mean, you might want to demonize liberals for this. It wasn't liberals who ran up this debt. It was Reagan, Bush, and Bush. Bill Clinton gave us the only balanced budget we've seen since the Carter administration. And
they make that claim, but I went to the United States Supreme Court.
Well, it was close.
It wasn't balanced at that time, and I won a case at the United States Supreme Court against the Clinton administration. I don't buy that they ever balanced it, but maybe on some paperwork they did. However, you just said Reagan ran up the biggest debt. You might be right, but now the biggest debt in American history is happening right now. Obama has the notion that we can spend our way out of a recession, spend our way out of debt. I don't care what you have to do. You can't spend money you don't have.
Really?
And now that they spend all this money in corrupt ways, and I will tell you.
So you have never bought a house on a mortgage, sir?
Certainly, I have.
Wait a minute. You spent money you didn't have?
Well, of course.
And I'll bet you did that. I'll bet you spent that money you didn't have to buy that house so that you could have a better quality of life.
Okay, but you're the one that said that Reagan raised up all this debt, and now you want to ignore that Obama's done it even.
No, I don't. This is, and as you point out, Congress has the purse strings. This is in fact, Obama's proposing.
On that line of borrowing money, I mean, you bring up mortgages. I would still say that a mortgage and maybe a car are the only places you should do that. But
and I would say that when you're in a recession is the only time a country should do it. Or in a war.
No, come on. Well, first of all, then we could talk about all these wars that we've gone through that we've shouldn't have been in the first place, and spending money that we didn't.
Well, we'll probably find a hell of a lot of agreement there, Sheriff. But the fact of the matter is that in 1950. Or 1946, 1947, when we came out of World War II, between the money that Franklin Roosevelt had borrowed to initially get us out of the Depression and the money, and far more massively, orders of magnitude more massively, the money that we borrowed to fight World War II, our debt, the United States debt, was 127% of GDP. And right now, it's not even at 100% of GDP, but it's damn close. And we paid that debt off over the next 10 years. And how did we do it? We did it by Harry Truman and the Republican Dwight Eisenhower using borrowed money to build the national highway system, to build public schools, to build hospitals, to jumpstart the economy of this nation and put us back on our feet.
Well, you can argue that both ways. I mean, FDR and his New Deal was another big push towards socialism, and there's many reports that say that if he would have just simply stayed out of the way, that the recession or the Depression would have solved itself much quicker.
That worked really well for Herbert Hoover for 3 years, didn't it?
I don't know, but FDR.
Well, no, it didn't.
Socialist plan could very well.
Sir, we're about out of time, but get back with me on this. If you can find one country in the history of the world that has ever cut its way to prosperity, I'd love to know the name of it.
Well, I didn't say cut. What I'm saying is there's other responsible ways to run the economy than just spend, and spend.
Okay, I'll agree with you on that, and we'll leave it on that point. People can check out your website at sheriffmack.com. Richard Mack running against... Say that again?
Mack for Congress. Sheriff Mack for Congress.
Sheriff Mack for Congress. I'm sorry. Thank you.